Hey everybody. Okay, so this is my second recording. I'm recording on February 15th, 2025, and I just finished recording a video that is entitled Let's Just Call Them the Rat Party. And that's a video discussing my opinion on observations on the Republican Party as it is today, and I'm basing that solely from my perspective, as I do with most of the things that I share on my recordings. My platform is Atisha Learns Life, and basically, what that platform is all about is me discussing my intuitive perspective on various topics like politics and spirituality and just life and being a millennial mom, navigating this timeline, the crazy timeline we're living in, the fight and the battle that we're in right now, the battle to save, if it's possible, our country and humanity from the darkness that is trying to devour our light and steal our joy and kill the planet and destroy humanity and basically bring the world to its end. I'm not sure if the darkness and the people that are working on behalf of that darkness are aware of that's what they're doing, if they actually know that that's the plan, or if they are just vessels for that plan. But all the actions that have been taken in the last couple of months have been the kinds of actions people would take if their goal and their intention is to bring the world to its end via war and sickness and suffering and violence and ugliness, just ugliness in every possible way, from every possible angle, from every avenue. So I just previously recorded a video called Let's Just Call Them the Rap Party, discussing my observations on the Republican Party, like I said. And now I'm about to do a recording. I just felt like, okay, well, if I'm going to talk about the Republicans, let me share my perspective on the Democratic Party as well, the Democrats. And I'm not going to give them a nickname. I'm going to call them the Democrats. And the reason I'm going to call them the Democrats is, as far as I'm concerned, the Democrats are serious people. Okay? The Democrats are no-nonsense people. The Democrats just want to do a good job for the most part. There are a few, what you would call dinos, Democrats in name only. There are a few, what would be the right word? Like sneaky people that pretend to be Democrats, to pretend to be people that care about democratic principles or care about, democratic intentions and care about the people, and then use their time to gain as much money as and basically behave like Republicans, gain money, gain all the prestige and the money and the power and all the stuff that comes with being a politician. It's about what they could get, and they will do whatever they have to do to get that. And I'm thinking when I'm talking about that, I'm thinking about believe it or not, I had a pause so I could remember the name. The name just like left my brain. I'm thinking about Joe Manchin. I'm thinking about Kirsten Sinema. Like when Kirsten Sinema was in the Senate, I had a nickname for her, Kirsten Sinema. The oh gosh, what did they call her? Kirsten Sinema, the witch of Arizona, or something like that. Oh gosh, I can't remember, but I called her a witch, right? And I'm thinking about now the new Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin is John Fetterman, And to be honest with you, I was never a fan of John Fetterman. He never appealed to me in any way. I never trusted him. He never appealed to me. I was rooting for Connor Lamb in the primary, and I was kind of disappointed when he took the primary instead of Connor Lamb. However, he has really shown us the kind of person that he is, and that for me is a win in terms of my instincts and in terms of trusting my intuition, because I never took to him. I never took to him, but I said, okay, that's who the voters chose, so that's that. So there's Democrats like that, and then there's the sneaky Democrats that would be this has happened in North Carolina and probably other states as well, where someone would run on the Democratic ticket and then immediately switch parties, or switch parties not too long after they have been seated, and switch over to the Republican Party. And that happened in North Carolina, and that's some really serious sneaky shit, because it enabled the party to gain a super majority, which means that the Democrats now didn't have any power in, I think that was in the Senate or something like that. I'm just taking this off at the top of my head, but I believe it was in the North Carolina Senate. I'm not even sure if this is the right state, but that's what's in my head. But I know it happened, right? So a lot of the times Republicans do a lot of sneaky, underhanded politics. Like, these are the kind of politicians, when parents was thinking about how politics is a dirty game and how they didn't want to talk about politics, when generations didn't want to be involved in politics and didn't want to talk about politics, they had these kind of politicians in mind, with all the sneaky, underhanded ways they would play the system and shut the people out of the system and be tricky and sneaky, and that was a real messed up way. Like, if we were being honest with ourselves and we wanted to make an honest rule that would be representative of the people, you wouldn't allow people to run on a ticket for one party and then be able to immediately switch. That is dishonest, and that is messed up. And there should be no reason for that. Like, they should have to resign and let somebody run on the ticket that, for the people that they're actually running to represent, the party they're running to represent, or they should stick to the part, represent the party that they ran on, finish out their term, and then run on then switch afterwards. But if you get the same corrupt politicians and the same self-serving politicians, in government, they're never going to make rules that are going to benefit the people and benefit democracy more than it benefits the politician and their ability to make public service their career. So, there's a lot of like sneaky, underhanded stuff that happens in politics, which I've learned. I have only like started to pay attention to politics in like 2017, when DJT, I don't feel like calling him the MAGA emperor in this video, DJT, when he became president. That's when I really started to pay attention. So the first thing I'm going to say in this video discussing the Democrats is that I'm not a Democrat. I'm an immigrant, okay? I don't vote in U.S. elections, and I don't really participate in the process in any way. The only thing that I do is I make videos online sharing my perspective and my opinion on the things that I have learned as an immigrant and an outside observer, of a non-American observer, of what I've learned about this system, what I've learned about politics, what I've learned about how life works and how politics affects our lives, and what I've learned about people and spirituality and so much more. So, like I said, I'm not a Democrat. I am an immigrant. I'm an immigrant. I'm a millennial mom of 5 children. I gave birth to, I have 5 children. One, my first child is my daughter, and she was born in the island that I was born in. She's a Caribbean girl like me, but she spent 1 year there as a baby, and then she spent her entire life, she's 18 now, her entire life in the US. So she's an American, but not a born American. And I have 4 American boys. I gave birth to 5 American boys. One of them is an angel. a little angel. He was born he died at 5 days old, because it was a rough pregnancy, and yeah, he didn't get to live very long. And I have four living American boys, and I I when it comes to politics, I always support the Democrats. I am always rooting for the Democrats. I will help in any way I can to promote the Democrats. I have a great respect and appreciation for the Democrats. My best years in America, the safest I've ever felt, the best energy that I've ever felt in the US has been in the Obama years before Trump. I didn't follow politics, so I didn't know all of what he had to deal with, with Fox News and the ugliness every day, and then the issue with Trump and the birth certificate bullshit and all the shit that came with him, with his time as president. I didn't know he had to deal with that. I didn't know he had to deal with Mitch McConnell and all the what would be the way to say, all the sabotage and the, gosh, what's the right word? How Mitch McConnell made it impossible for him to get anything done, right? And to put a judge in the court, even though he had the right to. Like, literally, Mitch McConnell held a seat, a Supreme Court seat that, Obama had the right to appoint a judge to that seat, but Mitch McConnell held the seat for an entire year did not hold a hearing. And that's how we have the Supreme Court that we have today, which is really ridiculously, incredibly selfish, incredibly greedy, incredibly corrupt, partisan, unbalanced court, that nobody trusts, and everybody knows is a partisan court, and everybody knows that, they're there to do the bidding of the Republicans. So, nobody cares for this court, right? But it all started because of Mitch McConnell. Then he created this court. He created the country and the environment that we live in now. And I am I'm very curious to know how he feels about it now that he's old, and now he's seen the fruits of his work. Now he's seen what his work has created, because I know that he doesn't like the monster that he's created, but it is his monster. So, like I said, I have a great appreciation for the Democrats, and I always root for the Democrats. I understand that all the programs, I'm grateful, and I understand that all the programs that helped me in my early stages of motherhood in this country, such as WIC and food stamps and Medicare and, Head Start, and all the things that helped me in my early stages of motherhood in this country, I understand now that, I thought it was God. I thought, okay, yes, God is good. He's good to me, but God may have played a little role in that, but mostly it was the Democrats. To be honest, it was the Democrats. It was human effort. It was laws passed and work done to create things, resources for me to enjoy and to use, and that helped me immensely. So I have a great appreciation and respect for the Democrats. And here's something I want to say. I think that this country absolutely does not deserve the Democrats. I really do. I don't think this country deserves the Democrats. Most of this country doesn't deserve the Democrats. I feel as though the media and the Republican Party has kind of trained and traumatized this country to the point, where they have learned to be harsher and to expect more and to be more critical of the Democrats, right? And they treat Republicans like like the favorite mischievous kid, the kid that the parent just loves, even though he's the most troublesome one, even though he is the one that keeps them on their toes and like gives the most trouble and is the most disrespectful and blah, 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 blah. But that's their favorite son, their favorite kid. And then the Democrats is the do-good kid that gets the good grades, does the right thing, gets to school on time, polish their shoes, do their homework, do all the right stuff, do the good stuff. And then when they do something wrong, the parent is harsher. The parent expects more from them and punishes them harder, and it's
That was an accident.
and punishes them harder, because they expected more, then they're harsher to that kid, right? And that's how I see it. I see that this country treats the Democrats terribly. I get so annoyed. I've always gotten annoyed where no matter who's saying it, like people who are supposedly on the side of Democrats are supposedly also support the Democrats because they know that the Democratic Party is better for getting actual work done on policy. And everybody disrespects the Democrats and says, okay, the Democrats are weak. They constantly say the Democrats are weak, the Democrats are weak, the Democrats are weak. They say the Democrats will bring a knife to a gunfight. Why did they say party? They said the Democrats will bring a gun to the Democrats would bring a knife to a gunfight. They say Democrats, I forgot some of the things, but they always say that Democrats are weak, and I think that what people in this country expect from Democrats is they expect Democrats to get in a ring and go and mud wrestle with the lowest of the lowest in public office, the more corrupt. Like, come down to their level, right? Dumb down your message, simplify your message, because as though the politics isn't a complicated thing, as though making decisions and coming up with things that work out for as many people as possible in a positive way, as though like this shit isn't complicated. But they're saying this country, the media, the people, the voters, the media, and the Republicans are saying, come down to our dumb level and dumb down your message and make it into less words. And can you make your policy platform something we could understand? And could you be rude like DJT? Could you be more better at tweeting and posting on social media? Could you be more entertaining? And what I think is that instead of expecting very intelligent people, because I admire the Democrats because I think that these people are brilliant and intelligent people. They would do, like, if we could just let's go back to the previous video that I just did. If the Pied Piper could get all the rats to just leave the damn building, leave the village, and let the Democrats lead. And if you could split up the Democratic Party into various parties so you don't have to be this one party, so it doesn't feel like it's a one party system, because the Democrats basically is this big ass tent that shouldn't be one party, right? If you could split it up, or whatever, into smaller parties, whatever, so it doesn't feel like the it's like this one party system. But if you could just get the Pied Piper to take all the rats out of the picture, and let's have the serious people, the Democratic people, the lawyers, the teachers, the lawyers, the educators, the educated, the experienced people in the military people that have been in the military, the most brilliant people that this country has to offer, like Pete Buttigieg, and not just Pete Buttigieg, but and Jasmine Crockett and AOC. And I honestly think that the Democrats are brilliant people. You know, I think that Cory Booker is so sweet and so kind. And he reminds me of myself in the terms of the way how he looks at life and the things that he posts, you know. And Joe Biden was an amazing president, and so was Barack Obama. Amazing president, and was extremely disrespected. I think that this country, the media and the voters and the Republican Party disrespected Joe Biden by forcing him to had to step on the stage with that troll of a nothingness and an idiotic person, and then they put him against the idiot, and just because he wasn't charismatic enough, or fast talking enough, or whatever it is people were expecting, because I didn't watch that debate, but just because he wasn't what they thought he should be, it completely ignored the that was next to him, the liar, the criminal, the corrupt person, the yucky little trolly thing that would share the stage with him. And all I could think, as an energy reader, as somebody that understands energy, all I could think is, well, if he was already tired or not feeling his best, and he was in this room that had no audience, and just that energy plus the energy that was coming off of the thing, because the media, I don't even know what to say about the media. The media is on the side of the mischievous kid, the Republicans. They are on the side. They are not a fair media. They work for corporations, so they have that energy of, lack of support and lack of whatever. But their energy didn't help. And then they expected him to come down to his level. They expected him to be on the level of the troll. They expected him to entertain. And once again, I say this country doesn't deserve the Democrats, because that was disrespectful. This country disrespected Joe Biden and the media and the Republican parties by forcing him to have to go on that stage. He deserved better. And then they made Kamala Harris do it, and they made Hillary Clinton do it. Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris, they deserve better. They shouldn't have had to go on that stage. They shouldn't have had to be nowhere near this. I'm trying to find the word. I'm just thinking this small little trolly yucky man, waste of space thing. They shouldn't have to do it. And then the media and the voters and the Republican, everybody would attack them for not being perfect, attack them for not, whatever. But in the case of Kamala Harris, she kicked ass in that debate. She was prepared and she was fantastic, But she shouldn't have had to be on that stage. Hillary Clinton shouldn't have had to be on that stage with him. Joe Biden shouldn't have had to be on that stage. They deserved better. They deserve to be treated better. And the country has created this environment where it's like, it's the same environment which I always thought, the paparazzi when I was younger, and when they had the whole paparazzi thing with, I don't even know what paparazzi is these days, but because you wanted to act and you wanted to be an entertainer, you deserve to have cameras up in your face and a whole bunch of people just following you everywhere, and that was normalized as though you are the one that signed up to be an actor, so you have to take it because it comes with the territory. So it comes with the territory to deal with all the stuff that comes with politics. And I just think that politics should be better. It should be better, And here we are now. here we are now. We are seeing the results of the trauma and how this country was trained to look at politics and treat certain politicians and treat their representatives. I feel like if the Democrats are treated better and respected more, you know, they would have won in times where they should have won. People expect Democrats to carry the weight of the country, like carry all the weight, be the entertainer, be a better messenger, impress me, be me funnier, just impress me. How about you, dear citizen? How about you educate yourself? How about you do some of the work? Meet the Democrat 60% of the way. Know enough that they don't have to literally train you and teach you how your politics work and how the things that you benefit, the things that you benefit from, how they come to be. How do you get to enjoy these things? And I don't think that is your fault, dear citizen, dear American citizen. The whole system was effed up, and that is why we're to the point where the system is crumbling, because it had to crumble. It wasn't sustainable, and I didn't know. I learned through the past, 8-9 years, however long this journey was. I have learned, and I've listened, and I've read, and I've watched, and I've paid attention. I've learned. And I've gotten to the point where I realized that this system had to crumble. It was not sustainable. It's unfortunate that it had to happen this way. It's unfortunate the pain and suffering and what's to come, which I don't know what's to come. It's unfortunate. I have to say that I am Blue Lulu, and that is just what people, what it was called weeks ago, but I am one that I definitely believe that these was not free and fair elections, and I believe that a lot of shenanigans took place in which votes were stolen, and I know that this country has been traumatized to the point where it's like, we don't want to sound like them, which was the stupidest thing, but we don't want to be like them. We don't want to sound like them. And because of that, people, over corrected. Is that how you would say it? And went to the extreme of not questioning anything at all. And that was very silly. That was the one time that I truly don't understand why the Democrats chose to do what they did is when they is with these elections, how there wasn't any pushback, any objection, any fight, any call for recounts. There was no fight. There was nothing. And part of me believes, as an intuitive, that it had to happen this way, for the FAFO experience that people need to have, people need to see, and they needed to clear the way so people could see, But do they know that? Do they know that that's what did they choose to do nothing with that in mind? Me, as an observer and an intuitive, I believe that what is happening had to happen. But when they were making these decisions, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? They did not see any of this coming. They did not prepare for any of this. Did they not have any of this in mind? I'm very confused. I'm very confused of why they chose to just move out the way, lay out the blue carpet, and welcome fascism into the White House. Fascism and convicted felon and a billionaire backer or billionaire sponsor, whatever. I am just so baffled as to why they just, cleared the way and did nothing, right? That is the one time that I'm confused. I was hoping that that was not the case. I was hoping that that was not the case, because now my opinion of the Democrats has shifted a little. The love and respect I have for Joe Biden is still there, but it went down a little bit. Because I expected more in the end, to be honest. I expected him to fight for us a little bit harder. And as far as the Lotus Queen is concerned, I am so curious about her as well. I have questions, like, in her stump speech, she said she knows his type, but yet still no request for recounts, no anything, just nothing, no fight. That confuses me for somebody who said they know her type. The man is a lifetime serial cheater and liar. So all of a sudden, the most unprecedented results of all the swing states and the popular vote, and results that never ever happened like this ever in history, and with what we witnessed, with the energy that was coming from her side and the lack of energy from his side, and she just sat and just like accepted that. I'm very confused. I have questions. I'm very confused. But again, my love and respect for her, it went down a little bit, but it's still there. My appreciation for the Democrats went down somewhat, but I still appreciate the Democrats and the Democratic Party, and so I was never a Democrat donor or anything like that, but I get Democrat mail in my inbox, and I don't open it, because honestly, if I was somebody that was a Democratic contributor or whatever, donor, I wouldn't donate to the Democrats right now. I wouldn't. I would donate to the Election Truth Alliance or Indivisible, or one of the other the outside groups that isn't the Democrats, or isn't like, I would donate to outside groups trying to fight this fascist regime, in a more less wordsy, more hands-on, more action-oriented sense. Right now, to me, the Democrats are talking. They're just talking for the most part, but they need to be fighting. They need to be physically, they need to be fighting, and I don't have all the answers, and I'm just an observer. For the most part, I said what I said, but I respect this party. I respect the people. I think these people are very intelligent, brilliant people, and I think they deserve a system that works better for intelligent, brilliant people. I hate the stupidity and the argument of be more political and come down with us into the ring, come and get in the mud pit with us and fight with us and come on our level and entertain us and dumb down your message and your policy for us. I think the messaging needs to be, you learn, do the work, learn how the system works, educate yourself. At the end of the day, the messaging shouldn't be for them to teach you a class or dumb it down so you can understand it. The message should be the icing on the cake of knowledge that you already have, like as just a little reminder, not the complete education of what is happening. Not for you to expect the Democrats to tell you everything. I noticed that me moving on this desk is shaking the screen. You know, finding perfect ways to angles to put your camera. And then anyway, I'm just figuring it out. But if you understand what I'm saying, if you get what I'm saying, I just, you know, I think that it's up to the American people to start to do better, and the media needs to do better. And honestly, in order for this system, for this country to be fixed, a lot of mindsets need to change. And that's what I believe. Having to go through this FAFO experience is probably going to do the work of making people face their shadows, making people face to be a little bit more creative, to be more engaged with their life, to understand what plays a role in their ability to thrive and survive and get through. It's going to make people be a little bit more engaged with their life and more conscious with their choices in more ways than one. And stop expecting the political leaders to teach you everything, or to do the things or to carry all the weight. I mean, that's not gonna fly anymore. That's not gonna fly anymore. And I hope that this is a lesson. This is a lesson, and not the end of everything. I hope there will be an opportunity to do better and to learn the lessons that are needed to be learned so that this never happens again. I hope that. And, I'm going to just ask that you like and subscribe and engage with this account and engage with this video. Like and comment and subscribe to this channel as I continue to find my voice and figure out how to discuss things, find the right camera angle, get the right equipment, continue to evolve and grow and become, but thank you for watching. Peace and blessings. I hope I got to say all the things I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on what I said in this video. Thank you.